Welcome back. A Gilbert man looking to increase his retirement account put all of his trust into one single person.
That person promised big returns on his investments and wound up getting robbed of his retirement savings.
3 on your side's Gary Harper has been looking into this heartbreaking issue. Boy, this is tough.
Yeah, it is. You know, all this viewer wanted to do was increase his retirement nest egg, like a lot of us, right? And he wound up getting wiped out. John Smith, and yes, that is his real name, came across a woman posing as a financial advisor. She made promises of huge returns with his money over the course of nearly a year. But what he did not know was that he was being groomed the entire time.
This is making some trades. This is the gold US dollar spot.
John Smith uses his smartphone to make investments, and he came across an opportunity that he says he couldn't resist.
Then I transferred in $100,000 on 8/16.
$100,000. But John says he realized he needed to get even more aggressive when it came to the stock market.
I've been involved, dabbled in and out of it over the years.
John says it was about a year ago that he started talking to this woman online. The woman said her name was Amy, claimed to live in China, and promised that she could take John's investments to a whole new level.
It started off just friendly conversations, but over the months that, this kind of trust and rapport was building.
And that trust and rapport eventually grew. In fact, Amy even sent John personal messages like this one.
And I just want to say, because today is your birthday, so I want to say happy birthday to you.
It was enough to lure in John, who trusted Amy with investing his money.
And so I started off with, a $10,000 investment. Made a little bit, lost a little bit, put $15,000 more into it, made a little bit more, then I put $48,000, and I grew that to always like 120 or 30.
John says he was sent these charts reportedly showing his investments were mostly doing well, and that's when he went for it all. He wired Amy, along with her so-called investors, a large sum of money.
About $196,000.
It was almost John's entire 401k balance, but later, when it came to withdrawing some of his money, there was a problem.
These folks that I've been actually contacting, mostly through WhatsApp, just vanished. I still had all their numbers and contact stuff, but you could tell the account was dead or no longer active.
John says Amy is now no longer responding to his messages. And remember those charts that showed so much promise? Well, John now acknowledges they were simply fictitious graphs aimed at getting him to keep sending money. And now he's broke.
It's one thing if I was a multimillionaire, that's a lump. I can take it and get over it, but this is a little bit different.
The U.S. Security and Exchange Commission warns consumers to be careful when investing. Avoid phantom riches where a large return is promised. Beware of the so-called halo effect where the scammer comes across as trustworthy. And avoid being pressured to send money now. John says he wishes he would have been more careful and wants to warn others when it comes to growing your money.
I would just say, just cover all your bases. Don't take any of it for granted, and know exactly who's receiving and getting your money.
Well, this viewer says it's a huge financial blow, and now he has to start saving all over. And keep in mind, this viewer is in his 60s. He's been sending Amy money for almost a year now, and he never really made any withdrawals because he wanted to kind of like build up that nest egg.
Right.
And those charts were indicating that he was making pretty handsome profit. But when it came to withdrawing some money, Amy said that, well, you have to pay some kind of a transaction fee, and in order to withdraw money, you have to pay $25,000. I mean, she really had, her nails in this guy, and that's when he found out, why do I have to pay money in order to get my own money out? Doesn't make sense. And that's when everybody stopped communicating.
And it really lessened his barriers because he was having FaceTime calls with her, but maybe better to meet with someone in person.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Any
You
idea
have to know what you're dealing with.
Any idea where she is?
Well, in China. And he's pretty sure about that because a lot of the communication and stuff was originating from China.
Gosh.
Being able to track her down, whether it's the FBI or something like that, it's almost impossible. But he wants his story to be told out there so people don't fall for the same thing.
It's a warning for others. Gosh, groomed for a whole year.
Yeah.
They've been going through
a lot
this.
of money.
Unbelievable, Gary. Thank you.
But